Earlier this week, Julia Zaetta, our esteemed editor-in-chief of Family Circle magazine, caught up with former PM Bob Hawke. Brett Kelly made it possible as the author of a new book full of interviews with prominent Australians called Collective Wisdom. They both sat down in Mr Hawke's office to muse about the big issues.
Thank you both for talking to us, Mr Hawke and Brett Kelly. You put together a wonderful book called Collective Wisdom, and the title I'm sure will just roll off people's tongues without them thinking about it enough, but it's such a lovely concept. It's a very unusual way how you came to put this book together. Can you tell us quickly how you did that?
Yeah, Julia, I lost my job and I didn't know what to do, so I read a couple of books and they talked about meeting people that had done some things that you might want to do and just finding out what it is that made the difference for them, and that's really what the idea was.
Now, the turning around point for you talking to people was when Mr Hawke kindly agreed to speak to you. What, with your extraordinarily busy schedule, what made you decide that you'd give Brett Kelly time when you didn't know who he was or whether his book was going to come to pass?
I liked his imagination. It was something quite different, and I've always tried to go out of my way, even at the busiest times of my life, to associate with young people. I like to visit schools, and I get a lot of requests from people who are doing projects, and I try and fit them all in, and I just thought with this young bloke that he had a bit of chutzpah. And when he turned up and I saw him, well, he confirmed that, and I think he's very much to be congratulated.
Now, when you were talking to Mr Hawke, you must have thought that he was one of the most inspirational people of all the ones you spoke to. What did you get out of spending time with him?
Julia, it was very different because I'd only got a small group, about 12 people at the time.
Yeah.
And they weren't people that people, you know, were going to jump off their chairs about. But then Mr Hawke agreed to do it and encouraged me to really keep going. I'd gone for about a month without being able to get anyone. And so I then had a sort of renewed confidence, started pushing a little bit harder.
Thank you both very much for your time. It's been very good talking to you.
Thank you, Julie.
Especially.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was terrific. That Brett Kelly's a pretty extraordinary guy, isn't he?